అందరికీ నమస్కారం. నేను మీ గౌతమి. వెల్కమ్ టు యువర్ ఫేవరెట్ షో డాన్స్ ఫర్ సోల్. లాస్ట్ వీక్ ఇందిరా గారితో మాట్లాడాం కదా, ఇంకా కంటిన్యూ చేయాలని అనుకున్నాం. అండ్ ఎస్, షీస్ హియర్. లెట్స్ ఎంజాయ్ హర్ టాక్, ఆస్క్ హర్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ అండ్ లెర్న్ ఫ్రమ్ హర్. నమస్తే ఇందిరా గారు. వెల్కమ్ బ్యాక్.
Namaskar. Thank you, Gautam. Thank you for the invite.
Last week anta we went through all your personal experiences. So e week we wanted to know more about your school. Center for Kuchipudi Dance and Better. Can we know the reason why you
Right. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of people did ask me that because it's an English only. A lot of people, they either choose Sanskrit words or, kind of Telugu. But basically, my idea when I established, in fact, let me tell you, this is the 20th year for my school. So we'll be celebrating the 20th anniversary. So
congratulations.
Oh, thank you. We're very happy. And in fact, Mirandar Ravali, we will definitely invite you. I want to make something a little unique to Kuchipudi, this celebration of 20th anniversary. Something little different and more flavor of Kuchipudi to the audiences. So yeah, we are in the preparation for that. So when I was deciding about the name, I said, what should it be? And then I said, this has to be, my school has to be the center for Kuchipudi dance, So ఆ ఉద్దేశంతో స్టార్ట్ చేసామండి గురుగారి బ్లెస్సింగ్స్ తో. సో బేసికలీ why I don't know, అంటే for everything you name it, for Kuchipudi, or you want to do a ballet, you want to do a program Arangetram, or you just want to learn dance, and we want to be the center, we want to be the school to provide that. So అందుకని.
And you are.
Yeah, I'm not proud, but I'm happy because a lot of my senior students are helping me out, and we are branching out. So we have Radha Krishna in Edison. We have a Radha Krishna Mandirlo. I placed a senior student, and she's running that center successfully. And I have another senior student running one of my branches in South Jersey. So on and so forth. So I think to a certain extent, I've been able to do some degree of variation and expansion and take it a little bit more forward. So I'm just happy.
Wow. Ranga Pravesham Arangetram kosam matladaru kabatti it's a buzz now. Andaru they wanted to do that.
Correct.
So can you just let us know the importance of Arangetram and Ranga Pravesham? Is it so necessary?
Right. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనకి అరంగేట్రం ఇస్ ఆబ్వియస్లీ Tamil word, but మనకి రంగ ప్రవేశం అంటారు. But ranga, as you know, is like a stage, and pravesham is you're ascending the stage, right? So basically the student is exhibiting the depth or the knowledge that she has gained in the last 5, 6, 7 years, and she's doing it, performing on the stage. So for a length of hour and a half, 2 hours. So she's exhibiting the sologa perform చేస్తారు అప్పుడు. So having said that, yes, I think they can take it forward. Like, let's say, for instance, if a student has learned for 4 years or 5 years, take it another year and a half, take it another just 2 years. And especially if you have the resources, and if the parents are, kind of able to do the logistics. Of course, it's a little bit of an expense in this country. I mean, in every country, even in India, if you want to do the Ranga Pravesham, you need extra strength. So if you're able to do that, and if you have the guru with you that who can take you to that distance, yes, go with it. That would be my suggestion and advice, because ultimately you've done sadhana for 5 years. Why not go another a year and a half, 2 years, and get that silver lining and do the finishing in a nice fashion, so that when you look back, 10 years look back, you have a nice video of your dancing. And not that you should be stopping after that, but you should still continue. But cheppedindante, yeah, you should, it is no doubt buzzword, but it gets them to the depth. And as I said, it enhances the knowledge to a different level when they're preparing for that. For instance, మనకి ఇప్పుడు కూచిపూడిలో రెపటైర్ అంటారు కదా, మనకి మార్గం, like the Bharatanatyam margam. So when you're preparing for the Ranga Pravesham, what happens is you're introducing them to the shabdams, whether it is a Krishna shabdam, Dasavatara shabdam, Ramana shabdam, or a Manduka Shabdam, and likewise you're introducing them to a Kirtana, like there's so many Anamachara Kirtanas. Likewise, you're introducing to the Krishna Leela Taranganis, right? The plate dance, as you popularly call it as. And then there's Tilanas. This Kuchipudi is very rich and it has a lot of flavors and it has a lot of this Padalunnai, Javalilunnai. So you're introducing the kid to all these flavors in Kuchipudi. So my thing is, when you're doing it for 5 years, yes, take another 2 years forward. And especially if you have a good guru to take you forward, you should do it. Is my suggestion.
So nice.
Thank you.
ఇందిర గారు, మీరు అంటే you taught in India and you came back to US and you are teaching in India, in US. So అక్కడికి ఇక్కడికి డిఫరెన్సెస్ ఏంటి? What are the pros and cons in running a school here? So students difference matter. Can we know about that?
Sure. అంటే నేను ఇండియాలో అంతగా నేర్పిలేదు గౌతమ్ గారు. నేను అంటే మా మాస్టర్ స్కూల్లో కొంచెం హెల్ప్ చేసేదాన్ని. But as such, I have a larger teaching experience in this country for the last 20-25 years. And having said that, it's interesting. అంటే కొంచెం challenges ఉంటాయమ్మా ఈ కంట్రీలో, ఎస్పెషలీ కొంచెం మనకి అంటే including my daughter, కొంచెం language issues ఉంటాయి పిల్లలకి, and then they have the culture issues, like if you're teaching them a song about వేడుకొందామా, like వేడుకొందామా వెంకటగిరి వెంకటేశ్వరుని వేడుకొందామా అంటే ఇండియాలో when you tell a child of 6 years or 7 years, immediately the Tirupati rings a bell and Lord Venkateshwara Swami koncham bhakti vastundi. But ikkada it's a little bit of more of a challenge. You have to teach the background and but this was 20 years ago, and a lot has improved. Now we have a lot of sloka classes, language classes. Now we have a lot of temples come over, right? Especially in New Jersey, it's almost like there's a lot of Indianness, in other words, right, around us. So I think by and large it's getting a lot more easier now. But yeah, those are the little hurdles that we have to get through, because again, as I said, when it's coming to a depther understanding of an item, right? So we have to introduce what is called a Sanchari Bhavas, right? So you're explaining, like, let's say Gajendra Moksham, you have to explain. So you have to go behind into the, the crocodile, the Moksham ela ochindi daniki. So to understand that depth of devotion, right? So adi it'll come, but just have to be consistent with the student. That's all.
Wonderful. చాలా పర్ఫార్మెన్సెస్ ఇచ్చారు, చాలా అవార్డ్స్ వచ్చాయి. వన్ ప్రౌడ్ మూమెంట్ ఆర్ వన్ మెమొరబుల్ మూమెంట్, ఆ ఒక్క మూమెంట్ ని ఇప్పుడు తలుచుకున్నా ఐ ఫీల్ వావ్ అనే ఆ ఒక్క పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ కానీ ఆ మూమెంట్ కానీ షేర్ చేసుకుంటారా మాతో?
Yeah, I'm still trying to think. You got me. Ante definitely I'm honored, and I've been blessed to receive a lot of Spandana, teacher award and things of that nature. A lot of icharu adarana ochindi. But I don't know, what is the precious moment that I will remember for life? You got me. Telidandi. But I would say this: when I establish probably my immediate next after the 20th anniversary preparation, I want to go and I'm already actually for the last 2 years working on a Gurukulam set up kind of a, so in fact, can I take this opportunity to invite and anybody that's interested in giving us a hand and in any kind of planning and executing and things of that nature. I want to establish that Gautam Garu. Because I have been in the curriculum system of learning and I know how important and how nice it is. You really get to the depth of, like for instance, you're waking up early morning, you're dancing, and then again, you're dancing in the evening. So there's so much of happening and learning and, other facility I want to provide to the kids here. And kids say, even people who have done Ranga Praveshams or people who are a little bit more into, see, this way what happens is they don't have to go all the way $1,600, $1,700 of ticket and go to India. And of course they can go. I mean, nothing like that. But if they don't have the time, let's say it's just a 3-day long weekend, or it's just, let's say they just have 1 week of holidays, they can come over and practice and, get refreshed and, so that's one of the facilities that I want to do in the immediate future. So let's hope with God's grace.
All the very best.
Thank you. But there have been many beautiful moments, Andy. And Japan, there's been a lot of long journey I've taken performing wise, teaching wise, and doing a lot of social activities, right? Community events. I've been a women chair for an association, All USA Women Chair, so All USA Cultural Chair for another 2 years. I've been an advisor to some of these couple of major conventions, right? All USA conventions. So being there, held some good positions. So, it's interesting.
Indira Garu, can we know your next project details? Ante, we are like so excited. చేస్తున్నారా ఎలా చేస్తున్నారా అని can we please know?
Sure, Andy, sure, absolutely. So one of the immediate projects, and recently I was invited in Florida. I was honored to be invited as a guest of honor. 4 kids were performing Bharatanatyam, so akkada ellesu vachanu for a day. So akkada ante the reason why I'm saying that is there was no Kuchipudi dancer there. There was no Kuchipudi. So all 4 Telugu people from Andhra Pradesh had to go for Bharatanatyam, which is fine. I mean, it's another art form. We all patronize all art forms. So, ante cheppedi endantandi, my next vision or my next idea is to open up some branches. So all across USA, we would like to give not only to promote Kuchipudi, in other words. Ma Guru Garu enta kashtapaddaro, I've seen it through and through, staying in the academy, being with him for this many number of years, to bring, of course, he's got Kuchipudi into the worldwide map. There is no question, no doubt about that. And also there's a lot of other Kuchipudi gurus also who promoted or who's contributed towards that patronage. But Kuchipudi in itself has to go a little bit more further. I mean, to get a little bit more, wider. For instance, even now, and I keep getting calls from Telugu-speaking ladies. They said, "Do you teach Kuch?" I said, "What? Kuchipudi?" They should be able to say that at least, right? So people in this country are still a little don't know how to pronounce and things of that nature, but people who know it really love it, right? So it's just that we want to open up and take it to wider audiences all across US. So the Japan Kadandi, this 20th anniversary is one of the projects that I have immediately. I have a couple of Ranga Praveshams coming up in December, and now we have the Shera. So soon after that, we'll be working on that anniversary celebrations. And then soon after that, of course, along that parallel lines would be ideas how to establish a Gurukulam. At the same time, we are trying to see if we can open up some branches and help other teachers in whichever way they are not able to. So that's why I remember I said Center for Kuchipudi Dance. So whichever area that they need help, we are willing to offer help in those. So as I was saying, Anti Kaliyugamlo, it's a known fact that Bhakti is the only margam for people to get salvation or liberation, things of that nature. So whether it is satsang or bhajans, or whether it is mantra, upasana, kanivandi, so we know that, right? So why not inculcate this, develop this bhakti into the kids at a young age, so that they take it with them when they're growing up, and it enhances, as I said, it enhances their lifestyle and brings them a little bit more devotion into their thought process, or the mindset, and into their upbringing, which is very important when they're growing up in this country. And it's a very good de-stressor, as we all know. Time and again, it's been proven that there's a lot of research in London, like a 30-year research, I think, which has proven the benefits of dance on a physical body, mentally, and spiritually, how it uplifts psychologically. So ఈ benefits అన్నీ ఉన్నాయండి dance ki, and we know that. But why Kuchipudi? Because of all these, the lovely choreographies, the lovely compositions. We have Bhamakalapams, we have which was rendered by Siddhendra Yogi Garu 500 years ago, and which is still being continuing, which in itself teaches a lot of things, how to, let's say, when we're doing a Krishna Shabdam, the kids ask, Auntie, why so many Gopikas? Or, why Krishna has this many Gopikas? So sometimes it's a difficult question to answer, but at the same time, they should also know that it's the Jivatma trying to attach herself with the Paramatma, right? Or a devotee yearning for the God. So those kind of, scenarios, it's always good to have as many as possible, because all said and done, this is America, and we have a lot of stress. And the kids here, in the future times also, they might, it's only aging. I mean, it's only growing bigger and bigger, the technology, but danito partu, simple example, right? 60% of these doctors or nurses are burnt out and even down. Statistics has shown us, simply because they're overworking. There's no way to de-stress. There's no way to come out of that, although they are highly educated, highly technical depth. Adi cheppan kada intaku mundu technical depth chala unnai country lo. Columbia can prepare them, Harvard can prepare them, but what is the layer that prepares them above that to get to the top, to be successful, is, in my opinion, the finance, and in my opinion, being a Telugu, Kuchipudi.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, if I'm able to establish the curriculum, I will be very happy, where future generations can utilize that and make use of that, the facility. For instance, if you see the initial 1900s, and Rukmini Devi Arundel Garani, Miru, of course, you're a Bharatanatyam dancer, but I'm sure some of them must have heard it. So she really established very well her institute in Kalakshetra in Chennai. So even now people know, oh, Kalakshetra, Rukmini Arundel Garu. So why I'm saying that is, there has to be somebody coming forward and doing these institutions and establishing. And that's why Bharatanatyam has such a strong base, right? Which I'm very happy. I patronize, as I said, I did Bharatanatyam in my younger days, and I still enjoy performances. But they had the privilege of the other gurus. For instance, Rajaratnam Pillai Garani, lekunte the four brothers, Tanjore brothers, they all had the margam specified, right? Idi Alaripu, Idi Jatiswaram, Idi Varnam ila undali, Tillana ila undali. Until everything was codified, like, it was made easy for the people coming in the back, from, the younger generation growing up. It was easy to follow, let's say. So ala ante undi Kuchipudilo, but the more the merrier. The more gurus come closer and have another structured style of presentations, and accessibility to the libraries, or the content itself, right? So that's one of my next projects. I want to be able to facilitate that and provide. So as I said, anybody out there who's willing to help us out, please approach our school. We'll be very happy. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you, Rajni garu.
It is a wonderful opportunity to many dancers who wanted to pursue in uh, with dance or with dance profession and all. So viewers, ఇందిరా గారిది మరో మంచి పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ ఒకటి చూసేద్దామా? లెట్స్ సీ. Such a wonderful performance, Indira garu. So nice. Budding dancers ki meeriche message.
Budding dancers. Right. First, dancers who already learned, I want to tell them something, but బేసికల్ గా మా గురువు గారు అనేవాళ్ళండి, మేము ఇచ్చే విద్య, ఇట్స్ నాట్ జస్ట్ ఈక్వలెంట్ టు వాట్ యునో, it is in your DNA, it is in your blood, it's in your genes, right? So even when you're 60, even if you want it to go away, it doesn't get washed out. So you're carrying all that genes, right? The DNAs. So for instance, the same thing I would like to tell people who have done Ranga Provations or the seniors, or, even people who have done or not able to do. If you don't use it, you must have heard that, you lose it, right? Popular. So yeah, keep practicing and share it, share the enthusiasm, share the spiritual part of it. It doesn't just have to be establish a dance school, you're teaching. No, there's so many other angles, right? For instance, you can go to a senior center, share the enthusiasm, perform for them, and see the glow and see the happiness that it brings out in them. Likewise, it doesn't have to be just Telugu Association's performances. It can be anything. I mean, it's just that enthusiasm. It's just a smile, right? So what happens is not just it is bringing a nice calmness in yourself, but it is also lightening up the situation surrounding, around you. So that in itself is devotion. That in itself you're serving, the community. You're building a sense of bhakti, right, in your mindset. So apart from that, for the little kids, what should I say? I think devotion again is very important. The guru, the love for the guru or the guru bhakti. E country lo punch. We still have to bring it. I don't know how to say that, but adopati koncham manam, I think we have to emphasize a little bit. But I think, again, it's an inside thing. It just has to come from the heart. If they love the teacher, it comes. They should just love what you're doing, and the grace will flow, is what my guru used to say. So bring up the devotion and things will flow.
Wonderful. So you have worked with many legends అని చెప్పుకోవాలి. మంజు భార్గవి గారు కానీ కావచ్చు. How was your experience? వాళ్ళతో మీరు ఆర్గనైజ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు లేదంటే కోఆర్డినేట్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు?
Absolutely, Andy. We have curated, we have worked with them, we have had workshops, and we performed with them, right? We have had choreographies together, and we did projects together, and so on and so forth. We raised, thereby doing like that, we raised funds for the temples. So all in all, very impressive, very interesting, I should say, very educative. Because Varlanta, they're gurus in their own stature, right? So there's a lot that we can learn from them. For instance, Shobana garu vachinappudu, I was lucky enough to host her with me for 10 days. The very fact that how religious they are with the food habits, or how disciplined they are with the practices, and they're all the time thinking about the dance and music. So there's a little bit of, there's lots that you can learn from these gurus. So that's also one thing. That's why, and also because, sometimes my perspective is important, but the reason I bring the artists, or I encourage that to my students, is let them have another perspective, another guru's perspective, right? Be it for a day and a half workshop to 1 week or 10 days, however, whatever length of duration I'm able to host or they're able to come. We've done that in the past. Likewise, as you said, Manjuaka also was here sharing her knowledge, enthusiasm with the students. So thereby, they're benefiting, they're seeing, and the kids are seeing. So it's like, we all learn together. We're sharing and learning together. So it's a nice experience, right? And we've had other artists and Vempati, Ravi Shankar garu వచ్చారు ఒకసారి. And then we've had Radha Raj Reddy garu వచ్చారు. I've invited them. Yeah, so it's interesting. I mean, and at the same time, we are organizing programs for visiting artists. So, like for instance, 2 years back, Magaru Gari troupe వచ్చారు Chennai nunchi. So we organized a program for them. They are the Narishwara. So of course, I had support from ATA. They came forward to sponsor and things of that nature. So all in all, it's an interesting experience with the gurus, and especially for the kids here to see that kind of rigorous practices, things of that nature. So
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఇందిర గారు. డాన్స్ అంటే ఏంటో తెలుసుకోవడమే కాకుండా ఇన్ని ఉంటాయా ఆ వేదాలు కానీ ఆ శాస్త్రాలు కానీ చాలా చక్కగా చెప్పారు. నాలాంటి చాలా మందిని ఇన్స్పైర్ చేశారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. హ్యాపీ దసరా టు యూ అండ్ యువర్ ఫ్యామిలీ. We are privileged.
Oh, no. The order is mine, Gautami garu. Thank you so much. Thank you to Mana TV garu, ప్రేక్షకులకి అందరికీ, and మీకు అలాగే, and happy Dashera, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much అండి. సో వ్యూవర్స్, చాలా మంచి ఎపిసోడ్, చాలా ఇన్ఫర్మేటివ్ ఎపిసోడ్ అండ్ గూస్ బంప్స్ వచ్చిన ఎపిసోడ్ అని చెప్పొచ్చు. Hope you felt the same excitement like me talking with Indira garu. Once again, thank you so much for you all for watching our show. Thank you. Please do follow us in our Facebook page, follow us in our live streaming FTV, and please do subscribe in our YouTube channel, Mana TV. Thank you. See you all in our next episode with one more wonderful guest.